세러데이 쇼다운, KT 롤스터 대 DN 슈퍼스.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Well, let's see if BNK can get this win in the first place.
Indeed.
As we've spent a lot of this time talking about KRX, Vicla's form always kind of unknown, but he has been oscillating towards the negative performances recently, so we will have to wait and see. I find that Vicla sometimes, when he plays against a mid laner who's like the star player, like Yukal is, he ends up kind of punching up and performing well.
Yeah.
See if that's the case here today.
Certainly was able to do that in the LCK Cup. That feels like a far cry away now, but did still happen in 2026 as Cassio and the Orianna both taken away. Varus, surprisingly, not banned just yet, but maybe archery is like, whether it's magical archery or not, is going to be banned away here by KRX. As
Ice archery, magic archery.
And then the purple archery.
Yeah.
Don't really have another word for it.
Blight archery?
I was gonna say yeah. What's the name? Like it's not arcane. Like the.
It's blight.
Yeah, arcane.
Blight,
In
right?
WoW, it's purple.
Well, it's like what? Oh,
purple.
are you thinking of? It is gonna get banned.
Yeah,
but,
it is gonna be the archery trio.
Yeah. I don't know what I would call it.
I mean, it is blight.
But I mean, like
his quiver is blighted, as they say.
I feel like there's another word for it that we could use that isn't blight, but anyway.
Oh, corrupted archery?
Corruption, yeah, that's the word I was thinking. Like corruption type of thing. As here is the Karma ban, which I think was not really that surprising. Nope. Does Rich want Rumble? Or do they want something else? He wants Jarvan for Willer.
There it is. I think denying that one from Raptor, also a very good idea.
It's crazy how Rumble went largely unchanged, and he went from being the banned pick to like now he's almost seeing play in every series.
Picking it away from the Jarvan comp still feels like a pretty good idea.
I think so. Maybe just go Rumble Vi and call it a day and play safe. Keep it simple, right? That's what we do. Keep it simple, Rise group.
Kissinger. And
Kissinger, get it done.
The Rise as well.
Okay, Rise priority has been up a lot today. Anivia is available for Yukal if he wants to play it. So they'll get the counter pick Cassante here for Rich, and he'll just play Annie.
I mean, we are Kissingering pretty effectively here on both sides. The Annie's certainly one of those options.
Just play Vi, Raptor. No just play Vi and keep it simple, and we'll just keep the simplicity quotient quite high, right? You know?
Yeah.
All that complicated stuff. No,
he's gonna play
don't
Pantheon.
you lease in
He's
here.
Gonna play Pantheon's. It fits into the Kissinger.
Don't you lease in here, Raptor. I said that was hard. And by the way, this is like Raptor's iconic.
He does love this
pick.
champion.
He played this pick so much on Bro. And when he was an emergency sub, and you know, he likes Lee Sin a lot, but now no longer as simple to execute this composition.
All right.
More 80 carries that Taeyun is not allowed to play.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Lazyfield, what are you going to play, buddy? Like, we gotta start focusing on that. As Andil, his most played champion this season is the Nautilus, and that will be taken away from him.
I did think that they were probably heading towards Misfortune Nautilus in this draft as well. The most simple of simple.
These are, in fact, just the two Andil picks.
Caitlyn next?
Oh, it's got to be. I mean, you can't ban away the rest and then just leave that up. That'd be silly. It's Yunara instead. I mean, that's just a lot of 80 carries. Okay.
I think he probably wants to play Caitlyn. I don't think he wanted to play Yunara necessarily, but he's laughing about it. He's like, I did not want to play Yunara. I wanted to play Caitlyn.
Yeah, and Caitlyn has often just been picked before any bans have come in.
It's so funny because now, like, they've banned 580 carries, and then he still gets an S-tier 80 carry, and they're like, oh, we don't have any 80 carries left.
Yeah. I feel like maybe a mistake was made. But MF is going to come on through. There is no Nautilus to respond to.
Yeah, but for me, like, this is such a, you need the Nautilus. Like, yes, Rel is fine. Like, Rel is not a bad pick. It works well with MF, but Nautilus is the guarantee. Rel requires, you know, you to actually make the right thing happen.
And into Caitlyn Lux, it's going to be a very difficult lane. But the Kissinger is so strong with this composition. My goodness. Magnet Storm, Bear on top, put a mountainous circle around them.
If you're going to write Kizzurg, right? KS, RG, keep it simple, Rise Group. If you missed our last discussion about this. It's going to be like that 90s S where you draw 3 lines.
Oh, yeah, and
lines,
you connect them all and you feel cool.
That's the S that goes in the middle of Kizurg right here for this composition. It's like the simplest thing. Anyone could draw that S. It looked cool on your friend's binder, but once you know how to do 3 lines, oh, it all comes together, just like this comp here.
And you're not as impressed anymore. Especially if you just follow like lines on the page as well. Like sometimes the kids did that, and man, that was very much not impressive that time. All right, I don't know how I feel about this. I especially don't know how I feel about KMDRX just throwing away 5 bans and then getting Caitlyn anyway. That was a weird thing.
I kind of think there's a lot of power in the early game here for BNK, and we know one thing that Taven has done very consistently, even in losses, is when he gets a winning lane, he wins. And I'm very concerned about Lazyfield, who often does not, and struggles in the laning phase. That's what I'm most concerned about here for Kiwoom.
Well, I do think that their top side is pretty straightforward, so they might be able to leverage an advantage there. But like you say, backs against the wall, let's get into it. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the ref for game number 1, and the fans in full voice here today as, oh dear, Vikla is gonna have to flash.
Yeah, and they decide not to use multiple flashes to secure the kill there.
Yeah, there was a portion of my brain that was like, where are the 3 flashes over the wall to follow?
Yeah, I'm glad that they don't, because they really win by getting 2/3 of his health bar. They don't need to get all of it and lose all their sums and give BNK options on the rest of the map. But Vikla lost his flash because he wanted to make sure that he could slightly cover that bottom lane a little bit, make sure that they were going to be okay down there. He came over to be in the area, make sure no craziness was happening, also find out where Willer was pathing. And so he will have to make a large sacrifice in order for his bottom lane to be okay, but they will be okay. And that's, I think, for the early game in this draft, the most important thing. I don't think Vikla's going to mess this up and get solo killed by a stun here from UCal or anything like that.
Yeah, surely not. Not in my Rise group. They're going to Kizurg you. They're going to keep it simple, Rise group, and they are going to not feed in the early game, Wolf. That's how it's going to go. It's just going to be, let's play it safe. And yeah, keep it safe. Rise group as well is another one, but it's the same acronym, so we can just do the same for both.
We also do like to keep it sleepy Rise group as well sometimes in some of these early games.
It's mainly when it's KMDRX and Hunch and Breon that does happen, but we also call that Breon.
Oh! Yeah, tough lane state, missing 2 CS.
Oh dear, he's 4 behind? That is such a huge percentage of his farm at this stage of the game.
And the observers are on point and watching all this missed CS, but...
Oh, got the cannon though.
Yeah, well,
nailing it.
All right, well, this laning phase we knew was not going to be enjoyable for KMDRX.
But at least they banned a lot of AD carries, Wolf.
They did prevent Taeyeon from playing 5 other AD carries.
Yes.
Vikla does not have flash.
He does not, nor does he have his life anymore, Wolf. That is going to be that, and UCal going to lock down first blood. I like this. KMDRX, they're never winning bot lane. You gotta win everywhere else.
Yeah, and they knew where the flashless Rise was, who doesn't have Phase Rush. He's got Summoner Phase Rush in Phase Ghost, but he is not going to be able to use it to get out of this one. So they just kill him. And so I said, you know, UCal's probably going to get first blow with the health advantage, but he gets some help. And now Vikla, who doesn't have teleport, is going to have to slow walk back to the lane.
No. Always feels very depressing.
He got a tier, though.
And UCal can teleport, but he can also fast walk.
Yeah, because he has Swifties. That Chovy Swifties tech earlier today was it's catching on, but it's been a little bit more common recently. It just feels like in a lot of matchups, the ability for Annie to close the gap, especially with her W, feels really good.
Yeah. And there's an opportunity for Cloud Soul this series as well, this game, as the first one is going to be a Mountain. Mountain Infernal Cloud for the Earth, Wind, and Fire. That would be glorious. We'll see. It's not quite September yet, but it will be in a few months.
Yeah, just, you know, like about 3 months. We're almost in June.
See? All right, Rich, kind of getting burned down here. Obviously, this counter pick that he went for in the Cassante isn't exactly a counter pick. You can just kind of weather the storm. Once you get your first item, you are feeling very, very good as a Cassante, and you can see that Rich, even though he did take a fair bit of damage in lane, he is still very even when it comes to farm. 2 null magic mantles in the back pocket. and Spectre's cowl and some shoes perhaps, and he's going to be right as rain.
Could happen. Could be fine.
Indeed.
Could be totally okay. Another Swifties purchase.
All right, we are 1 Swifties apiece.
We're 2 out of 10 Swifties.
Oh, but Clear can't upgrade his Swifties to the extra cool Swifties.
No. But I would like to see Lee Sin the Swifties.
He would run very
He would run really fast.
Maybe you don't need to kick
likes
flash
jump.
anymore. You can just kick walk.
You go to kick them, and then like your foot just slides off. It actually just prevents his kick from working. It's too swift.
Oh no, it's like that feeling when you go to kick a ball and you miss the ball. Oh, and it's just like super embarrassing, but also like it just feels really
You just
awful.
barely catch it with the back of your heel and you fall over.
Yeah, not that I've ever felt that before because I'm a very coordinated man. It's okay, Tane gonna have to use the
Andal's
cleanse.
really going in.
He is. Raptor is also here though as he safeguards his way over the light binding. Is gorgeous from Kellen. And Raptor is going to lock down first. Oh, well, actually, the second one is there is the flag and drag flash. And Vikla, yeah, takes a sip of his drink and is a little bit upset about how this mid lane is going, but just needs to look bottom lane.
Yeah.
It's going to feel way, way better.
The lead is bigger in the mid lane for now, but I have a feeling that will change.
Hey, but you spread out both of them in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
And actually, it's about the same.
So I don't fully understand what the thought process was here.
Lazy
I
Feel was stuck in a 1v1 with a melee minion.
Yeah, I don't think that even if Raptor doesn't come down, that was a good idea. And it was especially not a good idea because he did. Tibbers here for the follow-up. Very clean here. Still no flash on the rise. Yep. So Willer is making an impact in this game. He just does not want to assist bottom, as he knows that lane is probably doomed.
As Rich now having to deal with this wave as it just got equalized by Clear, who can go for a bit of a recall if he would like to. See whether he does as he gets a bunch of pings down, clearing out some vision with his control ward.
The early game for the Rumble also going well, swiftly, as this game right now feels like DRX are like their most important part, like the most important thing to do with this comp is you're setting everything up to the Misfortune ultimate to be layered on top of all your setup, right? That's kind of how this works. And that can work even if you are behind, if you get enough time. Like, you know, Misfortune ult does a lot of damage. But when you're really far behind, you can never get off the ground. It doesn't even matter if you cease everything because there isn't damage, and there's a Ryze and a Caitlyn on the other side. And trying to play Rel here was... I don't fully understand.
I mean, it adds to the wombo, right? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, sure,
you know?
but like
you put magnet horse, you put like rock
bullets,
circle,
they're magnetic,
you put
right?
Bullets and bear, and then that is how the game plan works. It's very Kizja.
The bullet casings are just made of a magnetic material. The bullet itself at the front also magnetic, so it all just
go. The bear made of bullets.
Yeah.
Something. But
Jarvan's spear magnetic as well?
Hey, it's okay. Vikler is once again in trouble. Does once again have to flash, and it feels like that is going to permanently be on cooldown.
I mean, I know I'm a personal fiend for narrative, right? We love to set things up and talk about patterns that we've noticed and stuff, but us basically being like, Lazy Field's laning has not been great, and also Vikla's been having a rough time, like, ended up being the whole early game here. It's just a little bit too much for me. As Kellen may stop this back.
Oh, goodness me. Okay, Lazy Field can at least strut in order to get himself out of here, but it's not looking like a great time, and Kellen is still going to interrupt another back.
Yeah, it's going to waste his time more as this next wave comes through, and Raptor is working on the Dragon, but otherwise probably would have been looking to kill a Rel right now.
Oh, we're going all out here as Rich, as Clear just doesn't get hit by the turret because there were still minions available. Throws down the equalizer.
That's the other thing you said, that Rich has been doing better lately.
Yeah, there you go. Although he's now just going all out and walking a whole bunch. So
those minions don't have a chance, Atlas.
That is very true.
Look at that. Cleaned them up swiftly.
Well, I mean, it's clear that's clearing up the wave swiftly.
I know. He doesn't actually have any shoes.
Yeah, no shoes just yet. But he could. He could swiftly clean up waves after this back. If he
he went Merc Treads, Vikla. He didn't get the memo about the 10 Swifties.
Do we have any other boots? Not yet.
No, not yet.
It could have actually been the drink.
Vikla might just sell them in the mid-game.
Yeah, it might, peer pressure might be too much. As if we had 9 Swifties. Well, Papa and I used to play a game back on the OS server, actually, where we just call it Swifty Gunblades. and every champion that we play had to build Swiftness, Boots, and Gunblade. That's the only items that you could buy. Puppet found a lot of success with Tryndamere with the build. I think I just played Akali.
That makes
ran fast.
Sense.
Actually, no, I played Mordekaiser because I was a big Mordekaiser fan at the time.
That's a good call.
That also did work out very, very well in our normal games.
Oh, for some reason, I thought in my mind, I thought you guys were just 1v1ing with this.
No. Just hanging out, playing some League of Legends.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a really hearty, like not heartfelt, what?
Heartwarming?
Heartwarming, yeah.
I thought it was heartwarming. My heart.
It was a very heartwarming period of your life.
Indeed.
And
then
I miss those times.
Indeed. And then then I came to Korea.
Yeah, and then like many years later in 2026, Vikla bought Merc Treads. Yes! This 10 Swifties game.
I'm glad we've brought it back.
Now anyone can build anything, I guess, because it's all ruined.
It is all ruined. Oh, dear. So is Lazyfield's health bar as the ace in the hole comes through. Cuts him down to about half. He does at least have a cull, so he can use that to get to his Swifties faster.
Yeah, that'll help a lot. Misfortune, can run real fast as Willer is here.
Yeah, Taeyeon gonna get flashed on here. There's the bullet time, the Magnet Storm, the Cataclysm. There it is. Taeyeon gets the heal though, and they throw the kitchen sink at the job, and still the Caitlyn's gonna go down, and Willer is pretty strong. Meanwhile, Yukao, the supporting cast is very good in this movie, as KRX are gonna walk over towards the river now to clear out some vision.
That was a very bizarre exchange, but like we said, even from behind, especially when you're
those two are buttoned together, win together, yes, Wolf, in the Rise group.
It's Kizerg right there. They did it. They got the Magnet Storm. They did the magnetic thing. The bullets came through. And then for some reason, B&K decided they were just going to send it on trying to turn that one around. Like, it almost felt like when Kellen healed, he was like, hold on, he's got Doran's Blade. Maybe there's maybe he lifesteals here. At this moment, I think Kellen should be walking the other way. And they tried to turn this around. I was like, look at this. He's like, hold on, maybe there's an angle? No,
I mean, honestly, that final spark did a fair bit of damage, but yeah, then he's very dead.
They could have just opted away. Instead, it's a lot of money. Q and Derek's take a gold lead. And Lazyfield is like, well, cut that gold lead in half. I got a call coming, and it's basically going to be back to 0 after that.
And Misfortune is the strongest when Caitlyn is the weakest. And Willer is now much weaker because he bought the wrong shoes. We're not Swifty Gunblading. And obviously, like, Clear's first item was a Leandri's, so that's kind of doomed. I don't think, Yukao bought a dash cannon, so that's not a Gunblade either. They're not playing the game. We didn't tell them about the game either. Yukao going to be upgrading his.
Wait, they don't listen to us when we tell them to do things?
Yeah.
I always thought, when we were...
Maybe you'll be less frustrated now that you don't know that.
Yeah.
So they just never actually know what we're saying. I think it's okay. All right, Vikla now just going to deal with this wave. Doesn't quite have his Rod of Ages completed just yet. As Yukao, with his first item, almost 5,500 gold in lead. Raptor looking for a sneaky lady with metal pants, and should be able to find her. Ace in the hole comes down, and bullet time is there for solidarity, but not for winning the game.
They couldn't quite press them together, they are. But this is Raptor!
Oh, yeah, there's the little Warthog flash there, and Willer is just going to jump on top of him. The bear is in the Cataclysm as well as the light binding from Kellen is so good. As down will go the Jarvan, and Yukao is still fighting, though. Dash cannon, and he picks up the kill on the Lee Sin. Tib is still getting involved as Vikla wanders back to the mid lane, but I think Yukao may have saved that play, and it's probably a good thing because Willer put in a lot of work to get this Annie ahead.
Man, I missed Rise Group.
Oh,
it's not even technically Rise Group yet, but it's locked in Rise Group.
Yep. It feels like this is our,
Rise
week
Group
9,
inductees.
Yeah, you get the first dose of, real, true Rise Group, right? Because we have everyone locked in, and you know when it's that Rise Group matchup.
It's like Rise Group preseason.
Yep. And we get to see what some of the best matchups in the Rise Group are going to be. This is going to be one of them.
This is obviously a pretty tough spot for Andel. He tries to set up the R button to work with Lazyfield. Lazyfield, he gave it a good crack, but this year, kind of unlucky for Willer, the timing of this. He gets kicked. Final Spark doesn't hit. Then he decides to try to Cataclysm his way out of it, but now he's stuck, right? He can't actually get away, so this looked kind of silly, like he thought he was outplaying, but it was really the only mobility he had left to try to escape there, and he didn't actually get it. Yukao gets the follow-up there. So this Annie is, relevant, Let's see what we can get done here.
Wow, UCal is taking matters into his own hands, as now Willer is going to come past. They dodge the light binding, and Kellen is extraordinarily dead. I think they wanted to give that kill over to LazyFeel, but UCal's like, no, guys, I am carrying this one. On a killing spree right now.
You watched Chovy earlier, and he was like, I can't do that.
The mid lane carries now.
Okay, TP for the Cassante here is just going to dissuade B&K from challenging, as Clear was already down here, so Clear just gets to walk away with TP advantage. They will be trading this one-to-one Dragon, as also Vikla got a huge push in the bottom lane.
And gets his Rod of Ages now completed as well. A bit of a shame that it's definitely not a Cloud Soul this game, as they could have been running very, very fast.
It could still be Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh.
It's Earth, Wind, and Hextech.
Hextech's always fun, though.
I think I remember that Arcane episode.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Bauhaus doesn't, though.
He definitely doesn't, especially not Season 2. As all right, Raptor over here on the Rift Herald. We'll see whether he's going to be challenged, as there is a teleport from UCal. This Annie's very scary. And Andal, yeah, Hexgating around. They only just popped up. I don't know whether that's necessarily tested tech, but Raptor is just going to get on in there, gets the kickback, does go down, as the flame spirit from Clear is going to be enough to eliminate Andal. There's the bullet time, though, from LazyFeel, and gets some revenge on Kellen.
All right, well, what looked like maybe was a pretty risky attempt there to get into position to flank from
Would
Andal.
Raptor do anything else, though, Wolf?
I mean, it's just, well, Andal's got his proto belt, or harness.
Protoplasm harness.
Yeah, it's proto belt. He's going to close the. Oh no, it's not.
That's why I call
rocket
it dash
harness.
cannon, so that no one gets it confused.
So Andal here, he just goes in, right, and initially looks like, okay, this might be a mistake, but finally his teammates are able to rejoin. And his equalizer is well placed, but the fight is really happening on the other side here, so they end up getting the kill there in exchange, and then Kellen and crew just get, they press R together. It's the simplicity of it, right through the choke point. LazyFeel is starting to really become very relevant in this game. His call is finished, he's got his Bloodthirster. He's at that point where you're just MF and you're looking to find the right cone angle.
Yeah, and you can also just stand in the mid lane, clear waves, and if you do that, you get all of your health back and everything is absolutely fine. He's obviously very far behind in farm, like 40 CS or something like that, but this is kind of the LazyFeel way.
Yeah, he's
instead of laning,
and then he wins the game.
Exactly. And right now, he is right on track to doing just that, as they have almost a 1,000 gold lead, although it did tick down to 6 from 700. But it feels like KMDRX have all of the tempo vibes.
I just feel like the best way to describe Andal this game is unpredictable. You just don't know what he's going to do next. And I think B&K might be a little caught off guard by this, as we are going to have this Herald crash through.
Yeah, Shelly going to set herself up, and will be able to at least get a good old charge. Grab some Crystalline Overgrowth there at the same time, as UCal is going to stun up Vikla, who is, then going to run away because the stun is now on cooldown, as Andal. Oh, I was predicting that he was going to go in, and that's why he didn't go in, and therefore proves
you just
that you were
don't
right.
know what he's going to do
predictable.
next. He's got Flash back available here now as well. He even has unsealed spellbooks, so you watch out, man. It might be this Andal unseal might be like the smite steal on the Elder in 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
But now that you've predicted it, it's not going to happen.
No, I'm saying it might be. I mean, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, but you've mentioned it.
I did mention it. I did mention that is a possibility that could happen in this game.
Oh, that's definitely not what's going to happen in this game now.
Okay, so
I'm not even going to say things that could potentially happen, so we can keep them
like
all
Rich
on the
getting
table.
a pentakill.
Oh, that could happen.
Sorry,
it's Rich.
I ruined it, Rich. But
Rich is more predictable than Andal is. So
yeah, no, it's just Andal thing.
Yeah. All right. That wasn't the start of his pentakill, as Clear is also in the bottom side, and he's going to die to UCal. And so not going to be part of Rich's pentakill at all, but will be still going down and expended his flash in the meantime.
There's not really a cross map here for Raptor either, so it's just going to be a free win, so to speak, here for QMDRX. Like they just
also
win
some
this
Crystalline Overgrowth over UCal, who was already incredibly far ahead, now moves to like 1.8k. My goodness, this Annie is very big.
The main thing here is the control ward. I think Clear just didn't expect this. Also, I mean, basically he gets 100 to 0'd by UCal anyways, but there was a control ward. He didn't have vision of Willer. Thought that he could be up there, but he couldn't. And so this turret is going to go down in the bottom lane. There's no answer right now. It just goes over completely to this extremely fed Annie. who already has 2 items, and the mid turret is also quite damaged.
And this extremely fed Annie is going back, so Rich will now have the highest farm in the game on Cassante. Actually,
and to kill Angle?
Taeun is ahead by a little bit, but still kind of mind-blowing that it's Rich on this tank that was just trying to stay alive in lane, and he is winning his lane, does have his Rukkan completed as well, and is just farming like a beast.
Yeah, he's just killing the minions, man. Like I said, the all out earlier. Like,
yeah.
You see how quickly he did that?
He did. He went all out. He was all out.
As we do have a dragon spawning out. Obviously, it's Hextech Soul, so every dragon from here on out is going to be valuable, as they want to punish Rich.
Yeah, not in Raptor's mind. He is not about the dragon at this stage. He is about the Cassante. And Willer has started this one off already, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this is really quite good for KMDRX because they have a Cassante that's impossible to dive.
Oh, there's the kickback onto Ando, gets put into the light binding and will just be destroyed before the snap trap even came down.
You might have predicted that he would have tried to flash outplay Raptor there, but I think he knows that he's likely dead either way and wants to keep his flash for a follow-up engage later on in the game, so good choice by him.
Yep, I also assumed that Andal said, I found the enemy jungler, feel free to take the Drake. And they get themselves their second dragon.
That's exactly what did happen. And so, KMDRX, I think, very happy with the exchange there, at least in terms of the end result. Ando would have liked to live, but very happy with the objective they pick up.
I wouldn't predict that he would have liked it. Maybe this was his plan all along. He's hit the 0-4 power spike now.
Yeah. UCal, we can't even see him. It's a 404.
Exactly. In fact, there's a lot of 4s in that scoreline.
Yeah, it's like
everyone's scoreline. It's kind of crazy.
Rich, if he gets a pentakill, he'll have 6 kills.
Yeah.
Maybe a 4.
Dang. All right. Well, KMDRX keeping things all in order.
Well, the next objective here is going to be Hextech Soul Point. And the Caitlyn and the Ryze are starting to scale up a little bit, right? Like, this is a lead here for KMDRX, but it's all on one player, basically. So this isn't enough yet for us to say, okay, KMDRX are in a commanding position in this game, but they do have the advantages, and their composition has a lot of CC, a lot of burst, very simple to play, as we've mentioned several times here. So I do favor them to close this game out. If I had to play the Challengers and or Ryze group game where we predict what's going to happen, I wouldn't talk about Ondil, of course, but no. The team looking ready to pounce right at a moment's notice with this fed Annie, who is going for some pen as well on third item. With the lead that he has, he's like, I drop Bear, they die.
Vikla, yeah, Bear is going to come down, and Vikla did not die, he flashed. There's the Cataclysm onto a couple as the kick flash comes through. Yukao is going to get taken out. It's Taeun that gets the money, and now Raptor is looking to get rid of Willa. He tries to flag drag away. Lazyfield not exactly finding the angle, but he'll get the double up onto the Ryze. Sidesteps the Harpoon beautifully as well, as now Raptor looking to get on in here, but it's Rich defending Lazyfield as best he can. Can these autos land correctly? And yes, they can, as he destroys the Blind Monk, takes out the mechanical Yordle, and now Kellen's gonna have to run away as Taeun gets over that wall, but he is not winning this fight. And even without UCal, KMDRX come out on top.
Yeah, you can see the KM crew there as well, including Kan Yang. We're pretty surprised but happy with the result of that last fight, as initially here the Bear gets dropped right. Final Spark is employed here to try to peel for Vikla, and the kick comes through, delivering UCal in. And so initially it looks like, okay, B&K are in a strong position here, but Willer is able to buy a lot of space. And then even though this Lazyfield ult is low value, he gets the low health target there, and is just able to, with this shield, withstand all the pressure and kite back. As Ondil, unpredictable, but Lazyfield just needed a little bit more space there. And we'll just heal through and just kind of front-to-back team fight with MF at this point. They could not kill him. He was largely ignored, and he did a lot of damage.
He really did, and now he's on his way to item number 3 as well. In fact, item parity, basically, alongside Taeun, who is about to complete his Infinity Edge at the same time. So now we've got a minute and a half on this next dragon. You were mentioning Hextech Soul Point going to be a huge deal here for KMDRX. Can they get control of the area?
It's really hard for this Caitlyn to actually get back control of mid-prio because they don't have a turret. Lazyfield is, sitting on 2.5 items here. Very tough, has that extra shield. Somewhat gankable, but it's going to rely on Raptor. And I just feel like KMDRX should be able to. get that prio, and control the space on the Dragon. UCal has teleport. Vikla does not, obviously, because he's playing Ghost Rise. Does have his Realm Warp, but UCal will have the larger agency to actually join this fight first and then get into, you know, Bear Brush, where he's ready to drop bears and take names.
Drop bears, I understand that.
Yeah, that's finally I've actually got you on the broadcast when I mentioned that.
Yeah, it's a My People reference. I like it.
Wonder if he's got Void Staff in hand here as well on this back, UCal that is, because
You've really got to watch out for drop bears with Void Staffs.
yeah, they are the scary ones. I'm a little bit less worried about the Crypt Bloom ones coming down.
It's the scariest option here, as UCal is...
Ooh, IE too picked up for Lazyfield. The timing of these 3-item spikes here for these really large QM members that are the main damage sources are really going to be, it's going to be quite pivotal as B&K is trying to look for a pick onto UCal instead.
Yeah, Raptor's going to get spotted out, though. Willa just drops a flag, and now they're just hex skating behind them. Rich looking for an angle here, and they all land on top. Vikla is going to get them in the Realm Warp, though, and out will go B&K KRX. But now the Realm Warp is on cooldown. The Drake is live.
There's no I mean, I guess QMDRX is just going to run over there and start.
Yep.
I think they could have. There were several
Everywhere,
ways.
look at them. They're lining up. It's like single file. Rise Group is so polite, man. This is the best. No,
It's harder to
we're
track
going to
their
fight around the
numbers.
Dragon Pit, everyone. That's where we organized it. It's like West Side Story, man. They're all clicking as they sing songs at each other.
The Rise Group players always travel in single file to hide their numbers.
If you had have asked me to try and predict what had happened, I probably would have said one person walked over there and took the Hextech Dragon. And that is precisely what happened. And then Andal says, fool,
Well, it's just
you
so-
cannot predict me.
It's so funny how this whole situation happened because like B&K were on the top side of the map trying to make a play on UCal instead of QMDRX just being like, you know what, like we've chased them away, let's just go get Dragon. They like chased them super hard. Then B&K Realm Warp so far away that they're
They
like,
could have
I guess we can.
leapfrogged them. Imagine if like Vikla had have just like Realm Warped into the river,
Yeah.
and then they sprinted to the Drake and took it in 3 seconds.
That would have been crazy. But like
Oh, it would have been so cool.
QMDRX are just like, I guess we'll walk all the way back to the Dragon and they get it. And now they have Hextech Soul Point as we do see a TP here from Rich.
Yeah, in he goes. They get the knockout on Taeyeon, who's just going to explode. Lazyfield grabs that kill. And KMTRX, I mean, they can do no wrong. They can walk over to the Baron, and without the Caitlyn, I do not think B&K KRX can do anything about this.
I don't think so.
Oh, Andal.
Not to
wasn't
mention,
predicting that he wasn't going to go to the Baron pit.
I mean, not to mention they have great turn here with this comp.
UCal drops the bet. But they are on the Baron right now. It's down to half health. Raptor is there. Oh dear, Andal now shows himself as Raptor. There's the final spark, but they have no vision. They have no options. And Raptor is just being spotted this entire time. Willa locks down the Baron. And the mid lane outer turret is going to get taken. The inner turret in the bottom lane is also going to fall. So a decent cross map, given the fact that they weren't going to try and fight a 4v5.
Yeah, so now it's a 3,000 gold lead, and that should start to expand a little bit here as they get back onto the map with these buffs. And, okay, this play here, just they didn't see it coming. Rich is ready to fall, but so is everybody else. And I guess in all honesty, Taeyeon, it was difficult to predict that engage from that far away, but you've got to be ready for anything here as you are the only member on B&K who's relevant in this game. Was not anymore necessarily, as here comes a Realm Warp.
Yeah, let's see whether they can work out where to go as the Magnus Storm comes in. Lazyfield tries to kite it out, but he's not going to be able to do so. Now Willa gets kicked back into the wall, and the equalizer is on the ground. B&K KRX will be able to set it up, and the two of them fall down. The Baron was just taken by KMDRX, and now it's looking like they're all going to be removed. As Rich is still alive, he is looking for a bit of an angle here. As Andal, I did not predict that turnaround, as UCal doesn't quite have enough buttons, and now Rich is going to turn up. Can he get this one through, though? That's the question as they take down Clear. And now Rich is unlocked, destroys the Rise. But B&K KRX still have a whole bunch more people here, and now it's only Rich that is left alive. And I don't know whether he's going to be alive for very much longer as the control ward is there. It spots him walk on over as Raptor connects the Q. Rich is able to like dash over towards these minions here, and it's going to take a while to kill him. And there is another Q connecting. Rich gets another dash, but Taeun is now in range. The Q is only going to bring him more in range, and now Rich will die. And so that's all of the Barons now gone.
Bit of a caster curse for me from like 20 minutes ago. He wasn't going to penta there.
Oh no, you were the one that did this, Wolf!
Yeah, it was close, but he's just not able to do it.
He even made sure that all of his other teammates were dead, so he was guaranteed the kills.
Andil's Magnet Storm here was, I think if he had waited and used it for the fight where his Rumble was coming over, he would have had a lot more agency with it, but it was quite a weird situation, right? Quite a panic situation. And then they're like, okay, well, we can't escape, so let's try to turn it and turn this into a win. They're able to try to focus down Clear here. He buys so much space. And the Rich shows up, and ultimately they will kill Clear. UCAL survives a little bit longer. Vikla is like, get that bear off of me, but drop air is inevitable. And then I was going to say, thankfully, there is a true God that will stop us from watching the rest of this replay.
Oh, Andil. I thought he was going to go in there. Still as unpredictable as ever.
And now
there's 40 seconds on this Hextech Soul Point.
Yeah, we're a bit early, but we are fighting.
Oh, Raptors are likely going to get stolen away here.
Taeun, you do not need to be far up at all.
Oh my goodness, that headshot damage is very high.
But that's why he is. Yeah, he is trying to do that damage, and it hits really hard when he does do it.
It really does. It's now Clear going to get put into the Cataclysm. The Equalizer goes down as Willa escapes it. There's the bullet time, but I don't know whether I like it that much, as BNK KRX will push them away and absorb a bunch of ultis as well. I mean, they had to employ a few of them themselves. There is still the kick up for Raptor, and this Drake is just going to be let go. I think I respect this from KRX. They can just give this one away, try and get a little bit of extra control for the next fight.
Well, you know, this game is very difficult to predict what's going to happen next, but
this is Andil the game.
Yeah, maybe maybe I had a bad read. Maybe it was just I don't know what's going on. We can't predict anything that's going to happen.
Maybe it's just Rise Group, man.
Yeah.
It's not Andil at all. It's just
That's the thing about
Group.
Rise Group. Every time you think you understand,
they throw another curveball.
we are in a 31.5-minute game where we have 5 dragons taken, kills are dead even. You know, and Annie has a 1,700 gold lead, but it's otherwise basically an exactly even game state in most of these lanes. Obviously, the Lee Sin has an edge over the Jarvan. What does that really mean? Okay, let's lock in, because this next fight over Baron could be what actually completely opens up the game for B&K if they can get it.
Wait. Actually, no, because the team that got the Baron last time immediately threw.
Yeah.
So perhaps giving Baron is going to be the strategy.
Yeah, actually, you raise a good point.
Rise Group turns it all on its head, Wolf, okay? You cannot have all of these legend ideas.
All right, well, I'm trying to figure, like, Andil got his locket, right? He's got Ghost Hex Flash on his Summoner's set right now. I'm not trying to tell you I know what's going to happen here next with him. But, like, the fact that he's got Ghost, you know, might mean that after a creative Hex Flash, he can get the Magnet Storm of his dreams. Should have gone Swifties, of course, but
Indeed.
He's going to be running really fast, and maybe that will be enough to set up the bullet time of a lifetime for Lazy Feel, because that's what they need.
And they need a big old drop there, because now there is a Rabadon's Death Cap on UCAL, and he does big damage.
It's hard to miss those.
Full item ahead of Vikla right now.
Yeah, it's hard to miss those bears, but if he hits them, whoever gets hit by it is not going to have a good time. And I mean, UCAL does have, or sorry, Vikla has an arm guard, which will be very helpful in winning these longer fights. He also has his actualizers. Even though he's 2,000 gold behind, his damage throughput is going to be big in these team fights. So if they don't kill him right out, or outright, or Taeun outright or right out, then it's going to be tough for KRX. Like, they need to win the fight basically at the snap of their fingers. Otherwise, I don't think they win it at all. Lazy Feel has a big shield.
That is a very big shield.
It's gone now.
It's gone. It's very gone. It's okay. Andil is ghosting. The bear comes down onto Clear, who's golden. And Andil will likely die, although he's walking very quickly. And now BNK KRX, they do take out the carries. And KRX, you tried to go for this, and it went catastrophically wrong. Will is able to flag and drag his way out to relative safety, but it's a very lonely base he's going home to.
And they could not get the instant kills. The flash is good from Taeun. Vikla doesn't even need to arm guard. And it's a complete wash. The headshots come through, and Taeyun in this comeback win here for B&K, I guess I'd call it a comeback win, considering some of the things that happened in this game.
Yeah,
we'll be able
kind of say that.
It's sort of. It was a weird game, but ultimately he is able to get it done in that final fight. Great flash there, and now just a desperate attempt here to defend the base, and there's just no carries here, no damage.
Yeah, Shattering Strike crashed down all this stuff from Ando, but it doesn't really do anything. They're going to focus the Nexus, and B&K KRX will be able to claim game number 1. This is not necessarily as much that as it is something else.
This is going to be Misfortune shooting through the wall. This is going to be Vikla and Taeyun scaling up. This is going to be Raptor going in sometimes when he shouldn't, but often when he really should. Some equalizers being thrown into Narnia, but it doesn't matter. This is Rise Group. Yeah, I'm in for it.
레이플 있어.
나 이거 위치 좋고.
나 조져 있어. 레이플 받았어. 야 레이플 쳐볼게 우리. 야 애니 농 애니 농.
애니 볼게 애니.
앞라인 쳐볼게 앞라인부터. 애니 봐봐. 앞라인 쳐볼게요.
애니 잡았고.
쭉 가도 돼. 쭉 가도 돼.
아래 봐줄 수 있나? 아래 봐주라.
너 스킬 잘 맞았어.
상태 볼게. 공 타봐.
좀 가도 될 것 같아.
상태 볼게 상태.
다른 봐 잡은 것 같아.
야 미드 가면 끝나지 않냐 이거? 상태부터 잡자 일단. 상태 잡고 나 미드 푸시할게. 애니 40초라 끝날 것 같아.
미드.
가볼게. 미드 가자. 자르반 혼자야.